Hello Virgos, welcome to your July 2025 relationships reading. I timestamp below, so if you want to skip ahead to the messages, feel free. If you like to watch the process, welcome. I'm going to look back at June first. We're going to pull a few cards here. Last time when we connected, we were talking about working on your impatience and for you to kind of enjoy the next steps in a change in terms of a connection you had. They're kind of moving forward, and it's an opportunity for you as well. And then we'll use some decks and charms to look ahead at July. So let's go ahead and get our cards. So we're looking back at June for Virgo. Let's see how you manage through your connections here in June. See what cards here they want. We established the pattern with our first group up this month, which was Leo. So we're just replicating that for all the readings here. So 4 cards for June. And now we're going to go ahead and look at July. And I'll just move these out of the way for a second, just because I need that more space. All right. So relationships for Virgo. What do you need to share with them? What do we need to focus on? What's the story that they need to get updated on? You know, maybe you need to, maybe the angels need to talk about someone or something specific. We'll see here. Okay. And now we'll get our other cards. These are my mini ones, so they're a little, don't want to make a mess, don't want to drop them all over the floor. Don't need you guys to watch or wait for that. Let's see here what they're giving. Okay, and now we'll add in charms. Well, I got a few new charms this past weekend that the angels were drawn to when I was just looking at the marketplaces. Kind Soul was willing to just pick out the ones that the angels were drawn to for me, so that was kind of them. And they're already in use, as I can see. Whoa, lots to say there. Not in a bad way. I can see milestone, good luck, new start, celebration. So don't read too much into my into my reaction. But something lost down here. Looking for something. Milestone. Fixing up the charms just lets me to tune in. For those of you that know or getting used to my process, we have some kind of incoming good news or apology, maybe related to family here. And then we've got a bit of a love story up here for whoever that's going to connect with. Same with over here, we got some healing of the heart needing to be done, cutting of the cords. So you might be a bit of a mixed group here, Virgos, in terms of what's going on in your relationships, but we'll see. Let's start with looking back at June here. And we were looking at working on your impatience. Also, somebody close to you was kind of setting off on a new phase in their journey, and, opportunity for you to have more time now for self. And how did you kind of manage, and are you transitioning into that loss? So let's see. Okay. Definitely seeing you beginning to kind of tune in here again, sort of taking that opportunity. Maybe it's forced because you have sort of time now that's available. So I feel like you didn't really fill in that time other than sort of taking time to retune into here, into all your areas, all your dimensions, your aura here, What area of you do you want to tap into? What interest, what passion do you want to follow now? So thinking and planning here in June, which is fine because I think the transition just started in June. For example, the other connection going off on a journey could be like children leaving, moving out, that kind of scenario. I like how these cards are connected because here's your soul coming in, and I believe it was the Leo group had the same card, I think, of their soul, kind of celebrating them and their work to start. But you're just taking that first step here. You're just stepping on that first rung. So they're kind of pushing you up here a little bit. Maybe you were sitting on the palm here in June, so they're like, okay, July has started, so up you go. Let's reconnect in here with your passions and your interests. Who you are. Oh, look at that. Who you are. Shine your light. And vulnerability, right? Be authentically yourself. I like the use of the dragon, especially this more translucent one, because it's like fresh opportunity, right? It just shed its skin, so we're seeing the fresh, clean layer. It's just starting to kind of come into its full vibrancy here after shedding the skin, sort of leaving that previous chapter here. And then we have the shining your light, right? It's this phase is kind of all about you. This is an opportunity for you. So June, you kind of started with this new step, just starting to get off on the first rung here. Starting to shine your light. Okay. So just tuning into the July cards here. I think I'm gonna start down here with this incoming news or apology. This is a recovery bear. Maybe it's a incoming request for you to support someone through recovery. Could be that as well, or just to support someone. Maybe somebody's asking you to stand in their wedding or help them move, because we have movement here. So you might have a incoming favor requested of you, but of someone that you're friends with, close with. Or we have an apology maybe that you've been waiting on, sort of an incoming apology here. This is my family sword, legacy, family connection here. So maybe that's why it's the favor that you're willing to do, the request. You're receptive, you're running towards this apology, or it could be somebody returning as well that you haven't seen in a while, just kind of the way the horse is running into the hands here. And generally we greet people with a bouquet of flowers or a little gift, like a homecoming. But we have tentativeness here, shakiness, nervousness, anxious. It could be good, it could be positive nerves, right? You're anticipating and eager to see this person, or maybe they are, because I'm kind of putting the little baby deer here behind the bear, so maybe they're a bit nervous to come in and apologize or share this news with you. It's very emotional, when you get the water guardian. It's excuse me, as they choke me up here. Maybe you got a bit choked up here, Virgo. Maybe you know who this individual is. I kind of get the sense that this sky was previously storming, right? And now it's becoming peaceful. So maybe this apology is appropriately timed for July. The angels are saying maybe you've been waiting a while, but they're coming here in July. Or if you're the one to do the apology and you're nervous, July is the right time to do it. It'll be receptive, Like I said, it feels like they're running to jump in your arms and hug you here. And then we get the family message being recommunicated here to you. The family tie here that we saw with the charm that they're choosing. Sort of this coming together. Like I said, maybe the request is to be part of the wedding party, to be part of the christening. What is that? The godparents, right? You kind of stand and witness, stand and participate. So for some of you, that might be the request. For the others, it's the apology here within the family unit, or someone that has a deep enough bond with you that they would be considered, family. So that's friends, close friends, close co-workers, that kind of energy. Let's go up here to this love story here that we have for some of you. So we have directional. And the direction for you is pointing towards love and peace, calmness, a positive relationship. I don't know if this is something you've been asking for. I feel more like the angels are saying this is what you need right now in your life. You need this kind of relationship, this kind of bond. I don't know if you've been isolating a bit, are you withdrawn, or are you stuck in the same relationships? Do you feel stuck in the same relationships? And they're pointing at the kind of relationship we all deserve, not just Virgos, but peace and love and calmness in a relationship. That's where they want you focused and headed. They want you to want that. Oh, look at the peace and love with the peacekeeper here. I wonder if it's tied to the family message here. Are you seeing yourself as a peacekeeper? Are you purposely putting yourself in that role for some reason here, July? Are you the one that needs to be making the apology, right? She's coming in with the I know it's burning the essence here, but I believe the passing of the stick is when you you listen and talk, right? So peaceful conversation needs to be had, but there needs to be, I'm talking, you're listening, and vice versa. You need to be willing to do that. So maybe one of your relationships needs some quiet conversation to achieve peace here in your love relationship. Here, I'll turn it that way. Yeah, we've got your connection here is their emotions are quite fiery. They're maybe holding a grudge. Their feet are pretty firmly planted here. This is your perception. This is what you think, and therefore that's why you think you need to be the peacekeeper. Maybe you think that this is the kind of firm reception you're going to get, but we saw already that they're actually running to you. They're open and willing to have this forgiveness, apology, peace talk here. So if you've got the courage and the willingness here, right, the strength in your emotions to be the peacekeeper that you're kind of self-professing to be here, self-assigning, or the angels are asking you to be the bringer of peace, and enter this conversation. Down here we have something lost, looking for something lost. This is rose-colored glasses as well, so staring you right in the face. We often have those moments where we're looking for a piece of paper and we rustle through 100 and it's the top sheet the whole time. We were looking right at it. I feel like there's some kind of moment like this, or a scenario like this as it relates to your relationships. Something is staring you right in the face, and for some reason you're kind of lost. You're not really seeing it. So let's see what's staring you in the face, because it comes with this beautiful story here down along the side here with the charms of, this is a milestone month or year. So July 2025 for your relationships. Good luck. This is a new vessel. It's ready to be filled with some fresh incoming new love. And we see this new start here. And they chose my shining flower. So this means that, you know, you very likely recently made a decision that puts yourself first. And so because of that, you're kind of shining and brilliant to other people. So that means, you know, maybe you made a decision to get into fitness, and people are seeing that on the outside, right? Your physical appearance, your mood has changed, you're happier. You know, maybe you've started a new hobby, like your whatever change you made for yourself. You know, maybe you moved and you're just in a different environment, you changed jobs. Whatever it is, it's making you shine and glow, and your angels are celebrating you for that. But you made this great work, and you've got, you know, this milestone of luck ready to pour into you in terms of relationships, but you're blinded here. You're not seeing something right in front of your face. Look at the card they give us too. I'm an 80s child, so I always see this as like looking through like a looking glass, a magnifying glass, right? It's right in front of your face. Your angel is holding the magnifying glass right in front of your face. They're trying to get you to zero in here on something. I don't know why I'm getting a superstitious feel here out of the black cat. You know, we do have luck here. Maybe the superstition here is too good to be true. Maybe you're holding yourself back and your angels are like, no, it's right in front of your face. Why do you think it's too good to be true? You made this brilliant decision. You know, when you make the right decision, it's no longer superstition. Sorry, I don't know, I'm getting caught up here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you see it or if you feel it. I'll try to get the card on camera, but I feel like these deers in the background, particularly this kind of elk here, kind of looking and laughing like, what are you doing? Like, just drop those. Like, why are you carrying all these burdens on your back? Like, don't you see you don't even need to be carrying them? Like, why are you even carrying them? You don't need to be bringing that forward. So maybe that's what they mean by what you're not seeing is this is the lucky relationship for you, the lucky connection for you. Maybe that's the superstition, right? You're bringing all these preconceptions, all these presumptions, all these past experiences and rocky moments from other relationships, and they're kind of laughing at you here, just like a lighthearted chuckle, like, oh, you're so silly, you're being so silly. You can't see something that's good when it's right in front of your face. So you have something positive, something lucky, a very lucky, good relationship, right? That they're celebrating. That's right in front of you. I mean, it's a relationship in income. It could be it doesn't have to be a person, right? It could be a hobby. The reason why I'm pausing is I was starting to go up here, but they were drawing me into the sort of the structural here, and I started feeling like clay and pottery. I guess that's the same thing, but like, I guess painting, maybe more textile. You know, maybe that was something you've always kind of wanted to do, or maybe it was something you used to do and then you didn't because you had children, but now they're empty nester, right? So go back to that. Okay. So then we have the cutting of a cord, the need to, you haven't yet, they're not closed. So there's maybe it's this conversation, I don't know, maybe the conversation leads to closure, but there's definitely a need for closure here in July for your health. I do feel like your physical health is being affected at this point. So be careful there. It's not good if we're stressed about something or someone or situation. If we're holding in things that we want to say, that also will wear down our systems. It will affect us like stress and anxiety. And they're really pulling me into the hole in the heart here. You know, either this person isn't in your life anymore, or they kind of stabbed you pretty good there. You know, a backstab here. You know, they kind of fits in the hole there. Kind of, you know, maybe that's the pain. Maybe that's why you're hurt, right? You feel jilted, backstabbed, kind of those more painful sentiments. But then we have an unexpected surprise here. You know, you're not going to expect this. We already know that you carry around preconceptions a lot, so you always presume you know how a situation's going to go or an outcome. We kind of saw this up here with this peaceful conversation and this apology, where you're nervous to do it. Up here, you don't want to do it because you think it'll just be a fight. And here you think things are too good to be true. So, you know, a lot of change your perspective, because, you know, what you expect is not what's going to happen. You know, you need to stop expecting. Just let things happen. You know, be part of the experience as things unfold. Don't try to fit everyone into that box. Don't try to control it. We have a lot of peace offerings here. We got the flower, we've got the peace stick. Now she's offering food, right? You know, please come have a small bite with me. So I don't know if this is the other person, you know, I don't know if this is the energy you'll actually get, right? She's here, the water energy that's here is wrapping in a hug. A gentle hug, kind of a quick, high hug, but it's still a hug. Here's an offering of, would you like a snack? You know, there's some healing, so conversation. There's healing coming out of your conversation here, right? We see that, you know, the closure that you seek is possible. And maybe this is the unexpected. Maybe you're not expecting this person to be so soft and willing to heal. Look, we have the healing card with the healing here. And then we're ending off on the King of Pentacles. I mean, you know, if it was the Ace, it would be, you know, even better. But I mean, we can't get much higher than the King other than the Ace. And they're overwhelming you here in this corner with the green colors of healing and wealth and abundance and prosperity. We have all the angelic gold. Like there's such confirmation here of a positive outcome in terms of this connection that you need to talk to, this connection here. This over here is your new passion, or, you know, something new that you're deciding on, a new connection, a new passion that you're moving forward with, right? That's going to be fulfilling for you. But working on this deep connection here, you know, they've really focused on it for July. This apology, this conversation, this, you know, keep emotions calm, and you know, have a back and forth, talk, listen, you know, say your part, right? You have the stick, say everything you need to say, and then pass it on. And there's so much healing and closure and moving forward with, you know, fun and whimsy and whimsical, right? This is childlike as well. This is a child's toy, a Jack in the Box. So, you know, maybe you're kind of returning, but it's going to be even better to the way things were. If this is a long-term kind of deep connection for you here, Virgos. But, you know, if you're going to put the work in July that you ignored in June, you know, a better, stronger relationship with this person is waiting for you. Otherwise, you just got a little bit things over here. You know, things will occupy you in July. But I don't think you should keep delaying on whatever this connection is. So let's connect back in August and see what you've done.